Just coming in from GitHub Satellite Virtual 2020, we have a new feature on GitHub and it is called GitHub Codespaces. Right now, they're available in limited public beta, and GitHub has a blog post on this thing. So let me read it. Contributing to a community can be hard. Every repository has its own way of configuring a dev environment, which often requires dozens of set steps before you can write any code. Even worse, sometimes the environment of two projects you're working on conflict with one another. GitHub Codespaces give you a fully featured cloud-hosted dev environment that spins up in seconds directly within GitHub. So you can start contributing to a project right away. And I think that to a certain extent, they are right, because in the dev environment, there are many people who are using Windows and many people who are using Unix based operating system like Linux and Mac OS. So some people from Windows cannot afford to switch to Linux because it is very uncomfortable. I'm not saying that Linux is uncomfortable. Like there are certain applications like Adobe applications that are not supported in Linux. So people might be restraining from switching to Linux. They might be having storage issues and other issues too. And these people are like restrained from like contributing to these repos, because when they try to like pull the like clone the repository, make their changes and try to like push the changes, they get a ton of errors. And these errors are coming there because like they are the code base is wired for a Unix based operating system, and I have experienced that in past. And many people have altogether gave up contributing to many repositories because of this only fact that they cannot like configure it on their operating system because it's Windows based, it's not Unix based operating system. So let me read further. Codespaces can be configured to load your code and dependencies, developer tools, extension, and .files. Switching between environment is simple. You can navigate away at any time, and when you switch back, your code space is automatically reopened, which is really great. So I think that means that going further in GitHub, when you can have .files, envs, and more things, then you will be able to like create a repository, edit the whole code in it, make files like it's like a VSCode in your browser. And then you will be able to like make changes in it, and you will be able to like create a whole full stack application right there in your GitHub without like ever going to a local machine, which is totally cool. Okay, so it further says that Codespaces in GitHub include a browser based version, a full VS Code editor, like just note full VS Code editor with support for code completion and navigation, extension, terminal access, and more. If you prefer to use your desktop IDE, you will be able to start a Codespace in GitHub and connect to it from your desktop. Okay. Pricing for Codespace has not been finalized, but code editing functionality in the Codespace IDE will always be free. We plan to offer simple pay as you go pricing similar to GitHub Actions for computationally intensive tasks such as builds during beta. Codespace is free. So I think that they are trying to include like a version for teams which is going to have some price, and GitHub has done fantastic jobs in last couple of months as they have removed the money barrier from the private repositories and removed many other restrictions which earlier used to be paid. And with Codespaces, everything is going to be changed. Now there are already similar tools available like Codesandbox, which does the same thing. You can fork a repository, like get all the code, modify it in any way you want, and then push the changes. But does like GitHub Codespaces mean a dead of Codesandbox? I don't think so, because Codesandbox like is used in many different ways, and like people are using it in way that even the founders of Codesandbox don't know. Like they keep asking like how do you use it, and like I have personally seen that, like, and like people use it for experimenting parts of their projects. And I think Codesandbox is like very versatile, and I think that yeah, a part of Codesandbox might be affected, but I think that's a really small part. And Codesandbox is really huge. Like recently they had a feature which was like a I would say I like a Netlify bot for libraries where you make changes to library and you can test it directly in Codesandbox, which we may be able to do on GitHub. But like that's really awesome of Codesandbox. So like in case like you are wondering if this thing is going to kill Codesandbox, I think it is going to not. And like I want to tell you, like everything that I said is my personal opinion. I personally think that Codesandbox is going to survive, and this video is not sponsored by Codesandbox. It's just my personal opinion. So as you can see, here's a screenshot that comes directly from GitHub, and I will also include the link to the blog that I'm reading so that you can get further insights and read in more detail. So thanks for watching. This has been Yash Gupta. Please subscribe, like, and comment, and even share. Thanks for watching.